Perfect. We're live. So, hi everyone. Welcome to the closing ceremony of the Saga Multiverse Hackathon. This one was a great one. We had over 50 plus project submission built on the Saga chainlet. We are very impressed by all of the submissions and thank you for the hard work, time, and the thought process that went into it. And without even mentioning, you all should be very, very proud of what you've built. I think that puts you in the top 1% of the builders who just gets to work and ships interesting projects day in and day out. With that being said, I'd like to introduce to you John from Saga and another all-star cast with us. So I'll put the lights to John and I'll let John lead it. Over to you, John.
Thank you. Really appreciate that introduction. It's been great working with DoraHacks. At Saga, if you're not familiar with us and what we do, we build infrastructure and tools. We're an L1 to launch other L1s. We make it simple and easy for anybody to stand up their own blockchain that they run and they own within minutes. The reason we put together this hackathon is we're very excited about our Saga Cassiopeia platform, which is the first public-facing or invite-only facing implementation of our technology. And we wanted to challenge developers around the world to see what they could do now that this is possible in the space of a few minutes. Echoing what Mishika said, we've been blown away by the response, and it has been fantastic working with all of you over the last month. I know James has enjoyed lots of one-on-one conversations and open office hours, and so have I. And let's move forward. So here's our agenda today. We will be announcing the winners of the Saga Multiverse Hackathon, and we'll also have a special surprise announcement and a special guest. It will be Ed Chang, who's head of gaming from Avalanche, who will invite up to say a couple words here. Before we get to that, we're going to have a short recap of what has happened over the last month or so. I already covered a little bit about Saga, and then we'll go into everyone's favorite, which is the winner announcements. So the reason we put this hackathon together is we saw the opportunity for generative AI for Saga to be used in Web3 gaming. And we also saw an opportunity for a lot of Web2 games to be transitioned into Web3. So we wanted to see what developers out there could do with both generative AI. We had several prize categories such as trailers and gaming. And then we also had prizes for things like creating sample code and plugins to help other developers accelerate their journey on Saga. So we'll be moving forward here. And before we do that, thanks to our sponsors. Really appreciate that Spheron Network was able to sponsor. They sponsored both this hackathon and the Saga Multiverse Reactor, which we had in Austin. What they do is they're kind of like AWS for decentralized applications. I probably didn't describe that exactly right, but they've been doing some very innovative work that makes developers' lives easier when plugging into things like a cache network. So really exciting set of tools and platforms from Spheron. And we also really appreciate Scenario, who are building tools to accelerate Web3 and Web2 game asset creations using generative AI. Highly recommend watching the workshop we did with them a few weeks ago, and they can basically, you just click a button and come up with a whole bunch of in-game assets and then refine it to your particular game. Helps to automate a lot of the heavy lifting of asset creation for games. And so thanks to our sponsors, and really grateful for them and their workshops. We are also equally grateful to our amazing judges. So we had 3 demo days. The last one was, actually we had 2 last week, and then we had 1 the week before. We had judges from Maven 11, Merit Circle, Samsung Next, Chorus One, Com2Us, Long Hash, and we've taken their input very seriously and collated it, and that has been a primary influencer in how we came up with these awards. So thank you to the judges, extremely qualified investors and really great having them on. And if you're a developer that got to present to them, I think that's a great opportunity. And at Saga, we're all about trying to find ways to help our developers get ahead, such as getting in front of top investors like this. So without further ado, I will begin going into the award ceremony. I don't know if James, do you want to supply the drum roll? Is that?
Boom. And real quick, I just want to say, thanks to everybody who built. It's been an amazing journey. We've really loved, all the input, all the projects that have come in, and it's been fantastic to see. I mean, we know that we're all moving into the Web3 space, and it's starting to really accelerate. So I'm just glad that Saga, with our community and what we've been able to put together, and really open this up with the hackathon and just kind of extend our community out and bring more developers in. We've just had a fantastic time, and along the way of troubleshooting and helping figure out, how to connect and things of that nature, and obviously launching the chainlets, which is easy. And that's been, I know we're going into the award ceremony, but that's been a reward for all of us here at Saga, to be able to see how developers can easily launch and have their own dedicated blockchain space. So with that, let's do the drum roll. And Rex, yes, let's do awards.
Yeah. All right. So the best use of generative AI in a game. James, do you have a drum roll here? And I think it's the runner-up first, or I'll just start drum rolling and then I'll click. All right. Bam. Dreamweavers from Black History DAO. You get $10,000 in scenario credits, which you can use towards creating generative AI assets for your game. So Scenario was our sponsor for this category, and they were offering $10,000 worth of credits that can be used through their API. Congratulations to Black History DAO for Dreamweavers. Thank you. So next, best use of generative AI in a trailer. James, do you have a drum roll here?
Oh,
you go. All right, runner-up, Hippie Alien from Zeroverse. You're getting a $1,000 cash prize for coming up with a generative AI trailer. Thank you very much. So next will be the grand prize for best use of generative AI in a trailer. I think if I click this, I'm not sure if it'll just show it, but here we go. It's Coral from Z Creative Media. You get a $3,000 cash prize for your very awesome trailer. If you haven't seen it, I recommend going on Z Creative Media's Twitter handle, and I think Saga retweeted it. I think it's also cross-posted on their Biddle page. Really cool use of Runway ML to generate a cinematic trailer of what their multiverse experience is. So next up, we have best sample game or plugin. And James, the drum roll, okay. We have Flipando is our runner-up. Dragos, you're going to walk home with a $1,000 cash prize. Congratulations. And soon after this, we have Sneaker Hunt. Casimir, you're walking home with a $3,000 cash prize. It's been fantastic working with you, Casimir. We also did a great blog post, which I'm going to publish later today, actually, about our interview experience with Cassiopeia Chainlets. So really great creativity on that project. Thank you so much. So the next category, and by the way, the grand prize is the Multiverse prize. We'll get there. So best Web3 game, entertainment, or DeFi application. The winner is runner-up Override. So Jason, you're getting a $1,000 cash prize. Congratulations, and thank you for all your amazing work and creativity. So next up, we have the $10,000 cash prize for Island for Retro City. Numbers going up. Congratulations, and thank you for all your creativity. Really enjoyed the Saga Retro City experience. Our judges appreciated it for sure. So congratulations. Next up, best Saga Multiverse collaboration. Now this is the grand prize. And I don't know if Rebecca, do you want to say a comment before we reveal this one? not to call on you if you're not ready to talk.
Hey, Rex. No, thank you so much. And thank you to all of our winners so far. We've been speeding through these, but truly appreciate the time and all the ingenuity that went into the projects. This is our grand prize. Multiverse collaborations are what Saga ecosystem is all about. And I know that pairing these teams together and getting them to create something brand new based on their respective IP portfolios is not easy. So I really appreciate it. And we're so thrilled with the results. And with that, Rex, I'm going to turn it back to you to reveal the winners.
All right, here we go. So I'm gonna click the button, which is kind of anticlimactic, but here we go. Runner-up, Cosmic Exodus and Bacano Go. Splitting a $1,000 cash prize for the second prize. And now for the grand prize, we have Another World and Bacano Go will split a $20,000 cash prize.
Nice.
So to you two for all the amazing work and winning the grand prize of the Saga Multiverse Hackathon. With having said that, we're going to go into our next, not to speed through this too much, we're going to bring up a special guest here who is Avalanche. We have Ed Chang, who's head of gaming from Avalanche. I probably should have checked to make sure he's ready to talk. Ed, are you in here? He may or may not be here.
Yes, I am.
Okay, all right. Thanks for joining us. Let's tell us about Avalanche and what you're doing in gaming and how you're.
Yeah, thanks for having me, and congrats to all the winners. It's a pleasure to be here. Just by way of quick intro, my name is Ed Chang. As you mentioned, I lead gaming here at Avalanche. I've spent most of my career in the gaming industry. Before this was at EA for about 5 years, and I've been here for a year and a half. And a year and a half ago, we had just a couple, casual games in our ecosystem, and you fast forward and we've got a really cool ecosystem, and in Web3 in general, there's just a lot of investment, really cool teams that are building, but we're thinking a lot about kind of the next milestones and the next wavelength, which is how are we actually bringing users on chain? How do we get people to come play these awesome games that everyone's building? And at Avalanche, we're building a network where protocols can have their own blockchain. And we're building this infrastructure to make it more accessible and faster for developers to go from zero to blockchain. And we're super aligned with Saga on the vision that, many of the games and protocols of tomorrow will need their own blockchain. Just like in our ecosystem, we've got Shrapnel, Gunzilla, TSM, Merit Circle, a lot more gaming projects that are all building on their own subnets. And so, of course, I'm here because we love games, and we believe that, like I said, the next billion users coming on chain are going to be through games, and games also have, unique requirements. So the flexibility of having your own blockchain enables a lot of features that make games playable. So KYC, permissioning, stuff like that. We also believe that for Web3 games to compete with top tier Web2 games at scale, we're going to need the performance and flexibility that only, app chains can provide. So what Saga, again, is building is really valuable infrastructure that is additive to infrastructure that our team is provided in building. So together with tools that we have in our ecosystem, devs will have access to kind of a tech stack that will help kind of this next iteration of games. So I mentioned earlier that, we have, the way I see it, we have a long way to go, right? We still have so few users on chain. A lot of these games need a launch, but I think it's also really important to kind of appreciate how far we've come as a general space, in a short amount of time. And when you kind of create this whole new market segment in this massive traditional vertical, it really requires builders like yourselves who are building some really cool stuff and thinking about things in a different way. So, we look forward to seeing a lot of you at the Saga Summit at Gamescom. Even if you're not going to be there, please feel free to get in touch with us if you'd like to learn more. Tell us what you're building. You can find us on Twitter. We have a handle called @GamingOnAveX. That's where you'll find all of our kind of gaming brand and footprint. So thanks again for having me, and it's a pleasure to be here. And again, congratulations to all the really great teams building cool stuff.
Fantastic. Thank you for joining us. Saga and Avalanche have formed a partnership, and Rebecca will comment a little bit about those details in a moment. So, as mentioned in the agenda, we have a secret special announcement, which you in the audience are going to be among the first to know, which is that Saga is pleased to announce a 600 plus developer Web3 gaming summit at Gamescom at the end of August. The reason we chose Gamescom is because it's the largest game developer event in the entire world with over 350,000 attendees. It happens the second to last week of August in Cologne, Germany. To celebrate the growth of Web3 gaming, Saga and our team wanted to make a big splash. So we have rented this 4-story yacht. It will be a full day of keynotes, workshops. There will be an evening reception. And the evening before, there will be a VIP preview featuring many of the top Web2, Web3 game influencers and as well as the Saga innovators from our innovator program. So we're very excited about this. And over the next couple months, you're going to see a lot of news, including a landing page. An email just went out this morning where you can click to, if you're not on our mailing list, you can click to sign up to get on the wait list. This will be a very packed event. So we're vetting every single attendee to make sure we get only the leading builders and imaginaries from the Web2 and Web3 gaming space. So having said that, winners of the hackathon will be getting passes to this event. And I would like to bring Rebecca up to close our closing ceremony here.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Rex. And like he mentioned, we have a massive multiverse summit happening at Gamescom this year. So it's August 23rd, 24th, and the landing page for that will go live very soon. So if you are at Gamescom, or if you'd like to come to Gamescom, or if you just like to come to the summit, would encourage you to go to that landing page as soon as it's available and book tickets, because the capacity is extremely limited. It is a yacht. So unlike a warehouse or a restaurant where a lot of the other events will be, capacity is very, very limited. But the whole purpose of the summit is to allow our community to see how the multiverse lives and breathes. So it'll be a really, really fabulous time, be fully immersive. And so we have event designers that are gutting the yacht and replacing it with the Saga Multiverse. So look forward to seeing all of you there. For all of our winners, once again, congratulations. And of course, one of the perks of being a winner is that you will get tickets to the summit, which frankly are not guaranteed, even for some of the biggest gaming companies and parties out there. So really looking forward to that. And thank you, Ed, for being here. Avalanche is one of our most important partners. And like he said, for people who are in gaming and entertainment, there will come a time when their own dedicated blockchain is not a nice to have, it is a must have. And so we're provisioning that kind of infrastructure for them. We saw that Avalanche was doing the same with their subnets. So the partnership that we have with Avalanche is to automate the instantiation of their subnets, which has been a lot of fun. It's a huge technical challenge because Cosmos is the base stack for Saga, and Avalanche obviously has their own stack. So it's really merging two stacks together. But for the purpose of making it easier for game devs to get onto their own dedicated space, which is the highest performance possible in blockchain, we wanted to undertake the effort. And of course, it's been fantastic working with all of Avalanche's go-to-market teams in gaming, BD, marketing, across the board. They've been star performers. Awesome. So with that, I think I'm going to hand it back to Rex. Just one note that you'll continue to hear this theme of multiverse from us. That's why we call our summit the Multiverse Summit. It's why this hackathon is called the Multiverse Hackathon. But our whole thesis is that this is what gaming and entertainment in Web3 is all about. It is about creating intellectual property that will eventually get extended by others. It's about the decentralized control of content. And it leads to the proliferation of more and more assets, really, for everyone to enjoy. So I really appreciate you all being here. This was our first hackathon, resounding success. Thank you again to the entire hackathon team. And with that, I'm going to hand it back to Rex.
Thank you. And I just wanted to have a round of applause for everybody, all the judges, participants, everybody that submitted, and DoraHacks, and especially the developers. Thank you all for making this so successful, and we love seeing your creativity. Please feel free to reach out to us at any time. My email is rex@saga.xyz. You can reach james@saga.xyz. And we're open to working with developers. We want to be highly collaborative, and we've offered the Saga Innovator Program to everybody who's participated because we've seen how talented you are. The Saga Innovator Program includes a wide range of benefits, including this hackathon, including the Multiverse Summit and other such activations. So definitely get in touch if you have interest or questions about the Saga Innovator Program. And having said that, back to DoraHacks to close us out.
Thanks everyone. What a lovely Starcast. Thanks for all the time. And yeah, a big applause to all the developers. Irrespective of the results or whatever happened, I think the process in itself is a very rewarding one, where you get mentorship opportunities, incubation opportunities, and just the opportunity to present in front of such great investors. So yeah, I think Web3 in such an early stage, and we all are laying solid rock and foundation for it. Yeah, with that being said, I would like to thank each one of you again. And yeah, with that, I'd like to close the very successful Saga Multiverse hackathon. And yeah, all the best to all of you.
Thank you. That's it.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Congratulations again.
That's it.
Congratulations.
Okay, bye,
Thank you.
guys.
Bye.
Thanks.
See you.